everyone, I welcome you all to today's Focus of the Day session. Today we are going to talk about hydrogen fuel cell bus and Bisphenol-A pilot plant recently inaugurated by Union Minister Jitendra Singh. We shall be covering this particular topic in the following sequence: why it is in news, about hydrogen fuel cell, about green hydrogen mission of India, followed by the prelims and mains based practice questions for you all. But before we move ahead with the topic, a very crucial information for you guys. Analyst IAS is coming up with Polity and Ethics Foundation course 2023, where Mr. Nitin Shivhare is going to teach you from 25th of August. Since the seats are limited, I would ask you to hurry up and contact us on the given numbers. You can also visit our office in the old Rajinder Nagar market. Now let's get back to the topic. Why it is in news. So Union Minister Dr Jitendra Singh unveils India's first truly indigenously developed hydrogen fuel cell bus developed by KPIT-CSIR in Pune, and has said that the launch is in tune with Prime Minister Modi's National Green Hydrogen Mission. And this is why we are also going to talk about National Green Hydrogen Mission in this particular session. Dr. Jitendra Singh also inaugurated the Bisphenol-A pilot plant in CSIR-NCL, an important feedstock for the production of epoxy resins, polycarbonate, and other engineering plastics. So what is this? This is a plastic production plant. Now, Bisphenol-A, that is BPA, is an important feedstock for production of epoxy resins, polycarbonate, and other engineered plastics. The global market for Bisphenol-A is projected to reach 7.1 million tons by 2027, growing at CAGR of 2% over the analysis period 2020 to 2027. So this was bisphenol. Now let's talk about the fuel cell electric vehicle. On which mechanism it works? The FCEV combines hydrogen and oxygen to generate an electric current. Hydrogen plus oxygen is equal to electricity, plus it also gives out water vapor. So this fuel cell electric vehicle engines are similar to the conventional internal combustion engines because they also rely on a constant supply of fuel, that is hydrogen and oxygen. However, there are no moving parts in the fuel cells, so they are more efficient and reliable. The advantages of using these vehicles are: it produces much smaller quantities of greenhouse gases and none of the air pollutants that cause health problems. You see, water vapor is also a greenhouse gas. Fuel cells emit only heat and water as byproduct and are far more energy efficient than traditional combustion technologies. Fuel cell electric vehicles do not need to be plugged in for charging like battery-powered electric vehicles. There is a wide availability of resources for producing hydrogen. And what are the disadvantages? See, any technology, any scientific development, or anything in this world always have two sides of the coin. There are positives as well as negatives to everything, and therefore let's talk about the disadvantages now. The process of making hydrogen needs energy, often from fossil fuel resources, which raises questions over hydrogen's green credentials. So fossil fuel is still being utilized. Handling of hydrogen is a safety concern because it is more explosive than petrol. These vehicles are expensive and fuel dispensing pumps are scarce. In fact, in India, there is only one hydrogen refilling fuel pump throughout the country. So India's green hydrogen policy, government has a vision with regards to green hydrogen policy. We are going to understand that because Union Minister in his speech mentioned about the PM Modi's National Green Hydrogen Mission. So let's understand the policy behind it. Under the policy, the government is offering to set up manufacturing zones for production connectivity to ISTS, that is Interstate Transmission System, on priority basis and free transmission for 25 years if the production facility is commissioned before June 2025. This means that a green hydrogen producer will be able to set up a solar power plant in Rajasthan to supply renewable energy to a green hydrogen plant in Assam and would not be required to pay any interstate transmission charges. Production target has also been raised 5 times from 1 million tons to 5 million tons by 2030. In October 2021, it was announced that India is targeting initially around 1 million tons annual green hydrogen production by 2030. It provides facility for producers to bank any surplus renewable energy generated with DISCOMs, power distribution companies, for up to 30 days and use it as required. Now, these DISCOMs may also procure renewable energy to supply green hydrogen producers, but which will require to do so at a concessional rate which will only include the cost of procurement, wheeling charges, and a small margin as determined by the State Commission under the new policy. Such procurement would also count towards a state's renewable purchase obligation (RPO), under which it required to procure a certain proportion of its requirements from renewable energy sources. To ensure ease of doing business, a single portal for carrying out all the activities, including statutory clearances in a time-bound manner, will set up MNRE, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Now, what are the hydrogen production methods? Why do we call our policy as green hydrogen policy? So there is first green one that we are going to discuss, of course, because that is the focus of our discussion. So generally it is considered as hydrogen produced from electrolysis of water using renewable as power source. So if you are using solar energy to produce hydrogen from here using water as a source of hydrogen, then you are producing green hydrogen. While in case of purple hydrogen, hydrogen produced from the electrolysis of water using nuclear as the power source. So if you are using electricity generated by nuclear power plants to produce hydrogen for yourself using water as a source of hydrogen, then you are producing purple hydrogen. Thereafter, blue hydrogen, it is produced by performing or reforming of natural gas into carbon dioxide and hydrogen and in combination with carbon capture and storage (CCS). Then comes in grey hydrogen. It is produced from fossil fuels using thermal processes like steam methane reformation and partial oxidation. Emissions of greenhouse gases occur in this particular production of hydrogen. Then last one is black hydrogen, which is extracted from a synthetic gas produced from coal. Now, this is the time to talk about the prelims practice question. I have given you all the details you would have required with regards to these particular topics from the perspective of UPSC CSE examination. So the prelims practice question for today is, which of the following is non-conventional source of energy? Option A, oil and petroleum. B, solar energy. C, wind energy. D, hydrogen fuel cell. So your answer here is oil and petroleum, that is A. Now your mains practice question is, hydrogen is being dubbed as alternative Actually, the question should be, which of the following is not non-conventional source of energy, and then the answer is oil and petroleum. Now the mains practice question for you all. Hydrogen is being dubbed as the alternative fuel. However, there are many problems associated with the leveraging of hydrogen technology. Discuss. You will be answering this particular question in 250 words, and I shall see you again tomorrow. Till then, take care, stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining in, and of course, you're going to send your answers to us on WhatsApp to get them reviewed. See you again in another Focus of the Day session.